Hello everybody, welcome to the creator cut breakdown of the Invisible TNT video. If you haven't seen it, basically I used TNT launchers to kill 2 of the lifesteal SMP members. This was crazy because this is actually my first trap that actually worked. So the TNT trap was first created when I was trying to find a way to kill somebody from a long distance. I was experimenting with some TNT launchers and seeing if they would do enough damage to kill somebody in full netherite. So this was actually the first design of the TNT trap. It actually used a wider base and it was actually 1 block down. Originally, if I had blocks here, I thought the TNT would actually launch into these blocks and then explode the entire system. By using this dispenser setup, it actually just barely grazes this edge here. I was able to reduce the trapdoor area by 2x4 and then just use double piston extenders to pull everything down and out of the way. So the TNT gets launched here and then gets launched out in both sides, creating a massive explosion. So TNT actually damages you differently based on what difficulty the server is on. So if I'm on peaceful mode, the TNT does 0 damage. But if I'm on hard mode, the TNT does maximum amount of damage. And it just so happened that the lifesteal SMP was on normal mode difficulty, making the entire trap completely useless from the very start, which was kind of sad. The first test run of this was completely useless, but then we came back and we did it again. So I built it on the server. At this point, I was really nervous for somebody to find it. You never know on the lifesteal SMP, people can just come around and find stuff and then just destroy all of it. Ideally, you want to build this as quickly as possible and then trap them as soon as possible right afterwards. And then I got 5 people into the trap zone. I don't know how many of you guys are trap enthusiasts. When you're sitting there like telling your friends, don't worry, this is a Minecraft event, and in reality, they're gonna be trapped. It's kind of a bad feeling, I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of strayed away from making traps. I don't like trapping my friends. Anyway, I got a bunch of people on the server and this was so nerve-wracking. At any moment, anything would go wrong. And now, since you have 5 players, it increases the chances of things going wrong drastically. Later on, this would have actually completely worked fine if I didn't invite Spoke, which I'll get to later. This is the first trapping experience. I told everybody that this was a Minecraft event, and in reality, this was a trap. So Don Turt, in this specific moment, he was like,
would it spoil anything to just use replay shot when we get there?
This is like the worst thing you could possibly hear from a trapper's point of view, because if you use replay mod, then you can see all of the different redstone surrounding this event. Typically, this event shouldn't have any redstone in it, so like, why is there redstone underneath the ground? It's like a massive dead giveaway. But luckily, he didn't actually boot up the replay mod. Although this run was doomed from the start because the server was on normal mode and it didn't do maximum damage. Even though players were in the spot, if the TNT landed there, it wouldn't have killed them instantly. Unfortunately, none of that happened because I invited Spoke. For some random reason, Spoke decided to go into this ravine, dig down straight through the trap. He didn't even realize that that was a trap there, like why was that there? He just continued to dig straight to the target. And then he popped up at the target. So yeah, you see this hole right here? Spoke dug up from this hole. But this hole actually connects to a tunnel, which goes straight directly into the redstone, which is right over here. All people did was dig underneath the target, as any normal person would. They wanted to see if any TNT traps were under there or anything like that. Unfortunately, since there was a tunnel leading straight to the redstone, they just walked straight to the redstone, and then that's how they found it. Again, that's what you get when you invite 5 people to a trap. It increases the odds of it failing drastically. Right after this, I actually show a clip of me dying. That is actually not what happened. Basically, everybody got off. Everybody went their own separate ways. And I was kind of talking to Rek and Jaren for a really long time. And then we just kind of started messing around. They started killing me. I thought it would be hilarious to put in the video that we got jumped by everybody. So I just cut straight to that moment. It was kind of a little bit sneaky, but it also, I think it made a better bit in the video. I did lose a heart, so that just makes sense. After that, I was so unmotivated to finish this trap just because it's so difficult to trap people. When you actually sit down and try to trap somebody who has been playing Minecraft for like 5 or 6 years, it's extremely difficult. I was actually thinking about scrapping this entire video. It was actually supposed to be coming out before this video, but instead I speed ran this video, posted it, and had a little bit more time to finish this video. There was a month that I just skipped this entire project. Going back to what I was saying before, where you're just leaving a redstone contraption out in the open, somebody's bound to find it. Luckily, no one did, and so I was able to actually do a second run with 2 other players, Pofa and Pangy. Both of them died. Doing this final cinematic sequence was probably the coolest thing that I got to edit at the time, and it was just so satisfying to see them explode. Which, I mean, that's kind of sad, like you're exploding your friends, but like, bro, It's so satisfying. And this right here, as you can see, is the most replay part. One of the things you might have not have noticed, we have no shaders on right now. And there's no shaders on here either. There's no shaders here. There is no shaders in this sequence up until this shot. This shot transitions into a shaders shot. This shot started out with no shaders on. As you can see, there's no shaders. And as this shot progresses, it slowly transitions. You can actually start seeing everything get more like a shader. Basically, all you do is render out a pass that doesn't have shaders, render out another pass that has the shaders, and then in post-production, you just change the opacity on the shader layer to go from 0 to 100. That was a super smooth transition into shaders rather than just hard cutting it straight into a bunch of shader shots. That is the creator cut breakdown of the Invisible TNT video. If you guys have any more questions, put them down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.